Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. A judge's house caught on fire. Fire brigade was called. Fire brigade came. While extinguishing the fire, they also found 15 crores allegedly. Allegedly found 15 crores worth cash in this judge's house. A lot of drama happened after that. But that's not my editorial. I want to talk about crime. I want to talk about the Indian justice system. I want to talk about where are we headed to with all of this. That's my topic. Let's get right into the show. So, this Justice Yashwant Varma was a sitting judge of the Delhi High Court. House caught on fire. God also has ways. House caught on fire, and allegedly it was said that the fire, while the fire brigade was extinguishing the fire, they found cash worth 15 crores. Cash worth 15 crores. Who? Judge. Nyayamurti. The person who doles out justice. The person who decides your life and mine. His house, 15 crores cash found. Acha. Okay. So that was the news. And a lot of people said, what are you so surprised about? What is so surprising? So what? Is the justice system clean? Is that what you think? Kuch nahi hota hai. A lot of people spoke about rate cards that judges have. A lot of things happened. Chalo. Then there was a news that Yashwant Varma was transferred to Allahabad court. It's not just a news. Allahabad court, the bar council there, they went on a dharna, they went on a protest saying that हमको कौन सा तुमको dustbin समझ के रखा है क्या? Do you think we are dustbin? You are putting all the people who you don't require, you are transferring them to Allahabad court. What is wrong with you? So the bar council also said that. The Supreme Court to that said that, hello, what transfer? The Supreme Court said that the proposal to transfer Justice Yashwant Varma was based on the collegium's procedures. Delhi High Court had initiated an internal inquiry into the incident, and finding will be reviewed by the Chief Justice of India. This is what the Supreme Court said. He said, boss, this transfer has got nothing to do with the 15 crore found in his house. Though the transfer just happened after that, that possibly could be incidental, coincidental. Okay. So, but why are you saying it is part of this? It is this part of this incident. It is different to this incident. Okay. Now the surprising, the flip happened. Complete flip. Yesterday, Mr. Atul Garg, the chief of fire brigade, he spoke to PTI and said that soon after dousing the flames, we informed the police about the fire incident. Thereafter, a team of fire department personnel left the spot. Our firefighters did not find any cash during their firefighting operation. He said there was no cash found. Kabhi kal, yesterday. He said, ऐसा कौन बोला cash था? 15 crores and all. कोई cash नहीं था. Then again he flipped. He says the statement made by PTI is not my statement. मैंने नहीं बोला कि cash वैश नहीं था. I didn't say there was no cash. So first 15 crores hai. Then the judge get transferred. Then the fire department chief agrees to the fact that there was 15 crores found. Then the fire department chief says that there was no money found. Then the fire department chief says that I never made a statement that there was no money. Who said I said that? That PTI quoted me wrong. This is the story. A judge, 15 crores allegedly, we don't know whether that's true or not, 15 crores of cash found. And if it is true, if it is actually true, then look at it. Supreme Court transfers him. And of course, Supreme Court transfers him right after this incident, but says that it is a regular transfer, Baba. Collegium ka transfer tha, regular transfer tha ye. Supreme Court. The firefighter says that ऐसा हुआ ही नहीं. हम लोग ने देखा ही नहीं. We didn't see any money. Then he said, no, it is not my statement at all. PTI quoted wrong. If there was money, then I wonder how the system is trying to protect a judge. How a system is trying to protect a judge. Okay. Now let's go one step ahead. Let's talk about this Justice Yashwant Varma. Justice Yashwant Varma, CBI has registered an FIR against Shimboli Sugar Mills, its directors and others, including Yashwant Varma, who was then a non-executive director of the company. The case originated from the complaint by Oriental Bank of Commerce accusing the sugar mill of defrauding the bank through fraudulent loan schemes. So there is a case that has been registered. A FIR has been registered where even Yashwant Varma is named. This is the situation. The money has been allegedly found in his house. Now you decide. You make up your mind. You figure out. You think what is right, what is wrong. I have no comments to make on this. ठीक है, चलो. But I do have comments to make about our legal justice system. These are the kind of judges we have. This is not the first time. There were judges who made bigoted statements in Vishwa Hindu Parishad and other such meetings. There were judges who called an entire area, Pakistani area, just because it was dominated by Muslims, Pakistani area, judge. There was a judge who said that there is green terrorism and there is white terrorism, which means Christian terrorism. Judge, a person who sits in that chair, who everybody says, my lord, and you see this video footage that's been shown to you, people folding hands and praying for justice, 15 crores allegedly in house. This is our judicial system. You see, there was a Supreme Court judge called Gogoi. The Supreme Court judge, he sat in for his own hearing. You see, in his book, he says, in hindsight, my presence in the bench could have been avoided. You see, there was a case against him for sexual harassment of an employee. He sat in that bench deciding his own case. He sat in that bench. We saw it. And there's nothing we did. Because that case was disposed of. You see, he himself writes, not somebody else, he himself writes in his book that in hindsight, my presence in the bench could have been avoided. I should have not been a judge on the bench. I accept it. But one must also realize that the situation was unprecedented. For the first time in the history of Supreme Court of India, such an allegation has been leveled against the CJI. Arey, whose mistake? The sexual harassment allegations is levied against a Chief Justice of India, and the Chief Justice said, I sat there in the bench. You know why? Because, it's the first time it happened, no? So you made it happen. The sexual harassment case was against you. You brought down the honor of that seat, the chair. And now you're saying, I sat there because it was unprecedented. As if it was the victim's mistake that she came and complained. This also has happened. So this is our judiciary. Temple of Justice. This is what happens in the Temple of Justice. These are the people who decides our life. These are the people who can break a nib and say that Phasi, done to death. People who have got the power to decide that. And this is what happens. Now, what happens if you have a justice system like this, which we currently have? What happens if you have a justice system like this? You know, there's a guy called Asaram Bapu, convicted rapist, okay, who calls himself a godman but convicted rapist. Rajasthan High Court granted interim bail to Asaram Bapu in 2013 rape case. Interim bail given. Why? Because he's unwell, poor man, old man, unwell. The Rajasthan High Court on Tuesday granted interim bail to jailed self-styled godman Asaram Bapu, who is 86-year-old, in 2013 rape case. This comes a week after Supreme Court granted him his first term interim bail until March 31st, 2025 on medical grounds in another rape case. So there are multiple rape cases. He was granted bail. And this is how the devotees received him. Just have a look at your screen and then you will know what I'm talking about. You know, there's another man called Ram Rahim Insan. Ram Rahim Insan. This fellow Ram Rahim Insan, he gets a furlough at a drop of a hat. At a drop of a hat, he gets furlough. I think as late as 20th January 2025, he got a 30-day parole ahead of Delhi Assembly elections. Every election, any election, he gets parole. Why go? Because he influenced voters. Parole granted. Even another thing I want to tell you before I end my editorial. One more thing I want to tell you. You know, you heard about that case recently that happened in Ahmedabad. Whether this boy, just have a look at this.
मेरा कुछ नहीं है वो चला रहा था अनदर राउंड क्या हुआ अनदर राउंड निकिता मेरी अंकल ओम नमः शिवाय तीन जन मर गए तेरी वजह से पकड़ी रखो.
This man that you saw on your screen, who's saying Om Namah Shivaya, this man you saw on your screen crushed one woman to death. 8 people were injured. One woman killed, 8 people injured. This is that man. What is he saying Om Namah Shivaya for? You know why? He is using religion as a cover because you as a society, this is the way you welcomed Asaram Bapu. This is the kind of response that this rapist Ram Rahim Insan gets. All this under the garb of religion. This man used Om Namah Shivaya because he thought he would get the same privilege. What Ram Rahim is getting through and through his punishment, what Asaram Bapu got, because they were godmen. He tried his luck. A lot of you may ask me that, ठीक है यार, 86-year-old, what else? क्या मतलब? You know, I want to draw your attention to another case. A man called Stan Swami. He was 83. Stan Swami was 83 and has been asking for a straw and a sipper. A straw and a sipper because he had Parkinson's disease. So he couldn't hold his cup. It would shake. So he couldn't be able to drink. So he wanted to put a sipper so that, he could put the sipper inside and drink his water. That was not granted. An 83 man who had Parkinson's disease was not given bail. Asaram Bapu got the bail. Indian justice system. Such judges creates this kind of judgment. And that's the point I want you to realize. I do my editorial not just to tell you what is the news. I do my editorial to tell you how it impacts you. And I want to show you this is how it impacts you. This is how judges like some of these people impacts your life. The first thing you need is your foundations should be strong, and your foundation is based on how just your society is. Look at the last 40 cases that you can remember, and you tell me how just our society was and how much of justice have we delivered. You decide. You decide, think about it, and write down in your comment box below. Till I see you next time. That's day after tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.